everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are back from our vacation and kind of unfortunately back to reality, back to the grind, but also fortunately back to filming. We had an amazing time down at some of the South Carolina beaches. We go there every year with my husband's family. It was really cool to see our kids, because I feel like they're a bit older now, 4.5 and 20 months, playing with their cousins, and so that was really fun and we just had a great time. My husband and I were able to sneak away and go on a date night one night, so it was just a good week all together and it flew by, and now we are back to work, back to the regularly scheduled program. I was talking to my 4.5-year-old when we got home and I was like, oh, doesn't it feel so good to be home? And he was like, it does, but it feels better at the beach. And I'm like, you're not wrong, buddy. I don't think you're wrong at all, but here we are, and I hope all of you are doing well. I have missed you, and we are back with another Pan Those Eyeshadows update. No pans this month, but we are very close, I think, on one of my eyeshadows, so hopefully we will have a new pan soon. And so if you are unfamiliar with how this project works, at the beginning of the year I randomly selected 5 eyeshadows to roll into this project, and I will work on those eyeshadows until I hit pan on them, or I give myself an out that I try not to use, but I do think I'm going to use it this year, and that is I can roll an eyeshadow out after 20 uses. If I feel like I don't really love it, I'm not ever going to hit pan on it, it's just something that I've been like slowly working on but ready to try something new. So I do think I'm going to use that out at some point this year. I'm not at the 20 uses that I need to be at for the eyeshadow, so that'll give you a sense on how slow it's been going. That is how this project works. I also track my numbers for this project, so I have a spreadsheet where I keep everything on, and my numbers are the same as last month because I didn't hit any pans and I haven't bought or decluttered any eyeshadows, so I still have 238 eyeshadows. 12 of those are single shadows, 226 of those are across 13 different palettes. I have 38 pans and my pan percentage is 15.97%. So happy with that pan percentage. My goal last year, or my goal honestly for the last couple years was to hit 15%. So we are above 15, and I would love to see 20%. I honestly would love to see 25%, but I think that is a little far out in the future. But you know, we just keep moving along, keep grinding on these and not buying any new ones. That definitely helps. So let's go ahead and talk about all the eyeshadows that I've been wearing this past month, the ones that are staying in this project, which are all of them. I will say I did put on makeup 2 different times when I was on vacation. I think I said in a video before we went down that I only expected to wear it once because I knew that we were probably gonna go on a date night, so I knew I'd wear makeup that day, but otherwise I didn't think I'd wear makeup any other time. But we did like a whole family dinner where we went out and I put on makeup again. So I wore makeup twice down there, but I did not wear eyeshadow either time. If that gives you kind of a sense of like how I feel about eyeshadow right now. It's just like not my priority when putting on makeup, although I do like it, and obviously I'm wearing some today. Let's go ahead and talk about the eyeshadows. I'm gonna start with the eyeshadow that I have been wearing the most. This is the one that I do think I am close to hitting pan on, and it is my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette volume 1, and it's the shade right here called Butter. I used this 12 times this month, so really happy with the 12 uses on that, mostly just as a crease shade. And so I'm using like a fluffy brush like this in there, so I don't have like, I'm not like precisely going down in one spot. So I do think if I want to hit pan sooner, what I'm gonna do is also use a brush like this for my lower lash line and go a little bit more precisely down through the middle there, and I think we'll be able to hit pan soon. I have pan in this eyeshadow right here, and the holes kind of look similar, so I'm wondering if, you know, I get another 12 uses on it or more this month that I might be able to hit pan on it. That is my goal. I want to like hit pan on that really soon. It would be great if it was for our next update. So that is my goal, and that's kind of my focus there. I do have another goal in this project, and it is to roll the next eyeshadow I'm gonna show you out of this project. It is this one right here called My Man. I used this 3 times this month, and I think that brings me up to 13 uses overall. This is the one that I'd like to roll out at 20. I've honestly been debating this whole time if I would just leave it in and just keep working on it, because that's what I did with this shadow, I think a year or two ago, Positivity. I just left it in and like just used it 1 or 2 times a month. But honestly, I'm just like not having a ton of fun with my man. So I think what I'd like to do is just get the additional 7 uses on it. I don't know how fast that's gonna happen, but get those additional 7 uses and then roll it out. So I only got 3 uses on it this month, which I think my use count has been like 2 a month for the last couple. So I'm happy with the 3, and we just gotta get 7 more to be able to roll that one out. The next eyeshadow also comes from this palette. It is another crease shade. It's this one right here called Comfort Zone. I used this one 5 times. Obviously, my focus has been more so on butter pretty much throughout this whole project. I've been trying to slowly also work on Comfort Zone, but the numbers just aren't as high as the usage I've been getting on butter. But I think once I hit pan on butter, I'll definitely focus more of my attention to Comfort Zone, because that would be my primary crease shade at that point, which I pretty much, if I'm gonna do eyeshadow, I always use some sort of crease shade. And sometimes I'm just doing a crease shade. So I definitely think that once I hit pan on butter that we will see a lot faster progress in Comfort Zone. But I didn't want to totally ignore Comfort Zone either. So that's kind of why I've just been slowly and steadily working on that one too. But excited to be able to devote a little bit more time to it and see the usage go up, and also to see more progress in the pan, because I feel like there isn't a ton there. Speaking though of progress in the pan, I am quite happy with the progress in this shade right here called Legacy. There is a little dip going on, and I'm actually quite pleased with that. So I pretty much exclusively wear this as an outer corner shade, and I use this 4 times this month, and I'd like to devote more time to this one as well. So I think this next month, I'm gonna focus on getting additional uses on my man, of course, obviously focus on hitting pan on butter, and then I think I'm gonna spend some more time getting uses on Legacy. I like the progress in the pan on this one that I'm seeing, and so I wanna grow that a little bit more. And this one is a really pretty, like just outer corner shade. So really excited to get some additional uses on that one and see that pan grow, especially because I had this shade get it in a previous project, and I just feel like there was like no progress in the pan on that one. So it is exciting to see progress on a newer palette. Speaking of a newer palette, these, I say newer because these are like most new ones that I have, but to be fair, like they've been in my collection for a long time. I just haven't bought eyeshadow in a long time, and they're all performing fine. So I'm not worried about that, but that's why I'm referring to them as new. So this is the Il Makiage Kathleen Lights collab, the Disco Fox, and I have Ladies Night in this project. I think I rolled this in last month, and I got 4 uses on this one. This I feel similarly about how I'm using it as to Legacy, just kind of been using it as an outer corner, although today I'm wearing it layered with my man as a liner. So also happy to wear it that way, and that was a good way to get a use on my man too. So definitely trying to experiment and use it different ways. I feel like this is a better shade for liner than outer corner. I feel like Legacy is better in the outer corner, but I think it works for either. And so happy to get the 4 uses on it. And you know, there's no obviously progress in the pan, but the eyeshadow has been disturbed, so there's that. And I was happy to have this palette because I've used a couple of these shimmer shades on my lids as well throughout this month. So it was just good getting some usage on that in general. And that is the update for this month. So like I said, no rollouts, so no new roll-ins, of course, but I feel like I'm pretty close on butter. So I'm excited, and I'm hoping that next month I'll be able to say that I have a pan in that one. And if I do, then obviously we will roll that one out and roll something new in its place. And then I'm just gonna keep chugging away on my man. So hopefully I can do another rollout on that one pretty soon too. So hopefully getting some new different eyeshadows in this project, rolling out of summer and into fall and winter. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.